Okay, maybe one more video about forgotten golf etiquette. I don't want to sound like a boomer here. I'm just very protective of my favorite game and something that has been such a huge part of my life. If you saw people trying to change what you've loved for so long, you might be a bit defensive also. These are newer violations and not as serious as some of the others I've mentioned, but still worth mentioning before they get out of hand. Number one, not dressing up for visiting golf tournaments. Just because you're not playing doesn't mean you can violate or disrespect the golf course's dress code. If you're visiting a golf club as a spectator for a professional golf event or even just to have dinner on the patio, you should still be dressed appropriately. Now, I'm aware that these days what's appropriate is up for debate, but I think it's safe to say that if your style sense involves jeans and t shirts, then you should probably have a separate outfit for when visiting golf courses, playing or not. If you're lucky enough to get to a PGA event, then still wear your golf clothes. This isn't a free pass to wear jorts and a tank top and dress like John Cena, unless you're going to the Waste Management Open, of course. But every other tournament, and especially majors, you should be wearing a collar or adjacent shirt, preferably with buttons, and some type of dress pant or shorts, but just no denim, no bathing suits, no track pants, or anything like that. You're not going to the beach. For footwear, you can almost wear anything you like. I see lots of people getting roasted for wearing their spikes, but this isn't really a bad idea if you plan to follow golfers. You'll be walking up and down grass hills, so might as well maximize your traction. If you want to be an ultra etiquette guy, then avoid sandals of any kind, but this seems to be acceptable recently. Whatever you decide to wear, just ask yourself if you would want to meet Arnold Palmer wearing that. If the answer is no, then change. The next one is moving your marker on the green. Now, we had a commenter at Natalia Girl 4616. Sorry, I didn't pronounce that properly. But she brought up a great point in the comments regarding order of play on the green. This happened to her. She offered her turn to a playing partner A while she waited for playing partner B to prepare. However, playing partner A abruptly took this offer, but then proceeded to step in Nat's line, saying, "Oh, we'd have to step on someone's line regardless." This is 100% incorrect. There is never an instance where a player must step on another player's line. While I don't know the whole story, it sounded like player A was having a bad hole or day and just wanted to finish. There's nothing wrong with being frustrated. It happens. I'm very familiar, but that's never a reason to affect someone else's round. If people's lines intertwine on the green, then you can use your putter head length to move your marker either left or right. After the player has putted, you move your marker back to exactly where it was. Problem solved. I'm willing to bet player A already knows this, but let his emotions get the better of him, and it cost Nat a smooth and true attempt at her putt. If he had realized his mistake, he could have gone back and attempted to tap down any spike marks, but this would only be a band aid solution to something that should never happen in the first place. Next, lying on a scorecard in a scramble tournament. When did this become so popular? I can't believe I have to say this, but it's not cool to cheat. And I'm not just talking about the way your mom would, tell you not to cheat by looking at her cards in a game of Uno. Like that's not cool, but in golf, it's really, really not cool. I've seen loads of videos of groups coming in with sub 50 rounds when they're not professionals. I'm not saying it could never happen. Strange things happen in golf all the time. I'm saying it can't happen as often as it does. Someone is lying. And for what? So you can win a new TaylorMade driver at your local pub's annual Scramble tournament? Or worse, a local charity tournament? Sacrificing your integrity and thumbing your nose at the golf gods is worth it for a new golf club? That's not golf. Anyone who does this is not a golfer, and I would kindly ask them to probably just give up sport altogether if you have to cheat. Scramble tournaments aren't about glory, they're about fun. They're about making the game accessible to people who don't normally play. If you want to compete, then sign up for a local club championship or state sanctioned event. But winning scramble tournaments doesn't make you a reputable golfer, especially if you had to cheat to do it. So just don't do it. Enjoy the day like everybody else. Another commenter at Woza brought up a great point that never really even crossed my mind. Is it okay to bring dogs on the golf course? My first instinct is to say no, because of the obvious reasons of barking, tearing up the greens, escaping on their leash, relieving themselves wherever they want to. But when I consider it closer, I realize these can all be remedied, except for the barking thing. Golf courses seemed like the perfect environment to bring your dog and spend some quality time together on a beautiful afternoon. And if everyone respects each other, like they should already be doing, since it's golf and golf is a game of integrity, then dogs should be more than welcome on the golf course. Here's what my rules would look like if I was the head pro at a course that welcomed dogs. Number one, always on a leash. I mean, it could be a long leash, but dogs should never have the chance to run away and interfere with somebody else's round. I don't care how trained your dog is, there's lots of distractions on a golf course for a dog, so just keep them leashed. Number two, no dogs on greens or tee boxes. This is not just to protect the greens from sharp dog nails, but also in the event that they need to relieve themselves since their leavings can create a stain in the color of the grass. The next is no excessive barking. I know this is hard to regulate, but it has to be included in case someone's dog is just out of control. I would never require a dog to wear a muzzle to prevent barking, but if the owner wants to, then that's up to them. Otherwise, they will kindly be asked to return another day when their dog's in a better mood. Next, must clean up after the dog. This should go without saying, but what will inevitably happen is that someone doesn't see their dog go, and then it gets noticed by the group behind as a violation of the rule when it was a harmless mistake. No one can watch their dog for 4.5 hours straight while golfing. This must be the number one reason why courses don't allow dogs. And the last is losing your temper on playing partners or other players. I'll make this quick. There's never a reason for this. No matter how bad a player is or how slow they are or how many times they stepped in your line, there's no point in getting mad as it won't solve anything. There's certainly never a reason to put your hands on another player, and I've seen quite a few rage videos pop up. I hope this isn't a trend. The best course of action when dealing with an irrational player is to keep your distance and inform the marshal. They are probably bothering some other people on the golf course as well, so just let them know and move about your business. Keep your cool, and remember, a bad day on the golf course is still better than a good day at work. Thanks for watching. I'm Clint McCormick, resident golf professional here at golfsman.com.